We are live. Hello. How are you? Hi, I am Genevieve, and this is my channel, Density to Destiny. I wanted to share with you today. I'm streaming from my bathroom, my loo, which I actually love. I love my whole house, but I do have children and animals, and so this has become my studio because, like for many moms, this is one of the only places that you can get privacy. It's when you're in the loo. So, yes, I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm not using the baño, however. But today I wanted to share with you how I keep my home five-star hotel clean and why. So I really actually enjoy staying in hotels. And I realized one of the reasons was because they're always just so clean, and there's just, I get a very free mental, clear space. And when I was analyzing this, I realized it's because there's just not a lot of clutter. And that's why it's so easy to keep clean. And the things, the towels and the sheets, they're white, so you could just bleach them. And the floors, they don't have rugs, throw rugs down in hotels. It's just the wood floor, or, they've got the stuff that looks like wood these days. So my place, I even debated putting up this picture behind me because a lot of the times there's just only a couple of pieces in the main room of a hotel. So I grabbed these takeaways and started using them in my own space because I like that feeling of mental clarity. So I have very few things in my home. If you've seen some of my other videos, you might have noticed that I do have artwork on the walls, but other than that, I try to keep things pretty sparse. And this is sort of, I'm going to give you the rundown of what I do and how I organize my space. So I went very minimal in stages because when you start going minimal, it depends on where you start, but I started from a space where I came from a family where we just had tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. And every possible, what happened? What happened? Are you still there? Oh, yeah, you are. Okay. So tons and tons of stuff. Every place where stuff could be, there was stuff. And it wasn't necessarily organized. And we had carpeting and we had animals. And it was just a big home. And there were stairs. So there's upstairs, downstairs, two stairwells, um, and just stuff. And lots of heirlooms and antiques and tons of books and just stuff everywhere. So when I started out my adult life, I did this. I packed up a huge truck and filled it full of stuff and moved and erected my own home that had the library and just stuff everywhere. And over the years, after moving 100 times, boxes get lost, things get stolen, unfortunately, and things get broken. Um, there were, one of my very favorite things are books and having a library, but they're so hard to move. So over the years, I've really minimized my books down to like 6 or 7 books. And some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. My favorite book is the Bible, and I have it on my coffee table, but that's it. That's the only thing on my coffee table. And my books are up and away, and the ones that I haven't read, I just think they're beautiful. Like I have a very early edition of Little Women, and it's like over 100 years old. And I have a few old books like that because I adore old books. And they are books that I can see using, as you know, sometimes I'll talk about how to grow food if the grid ever goes down. So you know that I'm kind of an unprepared prepper. Well, a couple of these books are in that vein where if we ever need to make our own things or grow our own things, they speak to that. So not only are they beautiful antique books, but they also are very informative as far as how to live and build things that you might need that I don't currently know how to do. So I just keep it very, very minimal. So my artwork and my books are kind of my special little things. In the kitchen, for example, I I just don't want a bunch of extra stuff. If I can make the same thing happen with another thing, I'm not going to buy that second thing. Like I make sprouts, and Doug and Stacy uses a salad spinner to get out the hulls from the sprouts after she has harvested them. And I'm not willing to buy a salad spinner. It's not that I won't buy one. I don't want a salad spinner. It's another thing. And so what I've realized is if you just take the strainer, I've got the big metal strainer, and shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it, the hulls fall out the bottom and they stick to the rim on the inside, and I just scoop them out and do it over and over. And it might not be as simple, as convenient, but guess what? I don't have to have another thing in my cupboard, another thing in my dishwasher. It's just one less thing to worry about. I just want fewer things, and I want each thing I have to serve multiple purposes. So, what else? My kids, they're like, can we get a ladle? Why? We have other utensils that scoop stuff out. A ladle can only be used for some things, whereas this scooper thing works for a variety. So I use the 1 cup scooper as a ladle, or, whatever. I just don't want to have more things. And so that makes life really easy. We actually had too few dishes when we moved in. And the reason I say we had too few dishes is because we were loading the dishwasher and running it half full. And I realized that was a huge waste of electricity and water. So we needed more dishes so that we could run the dishwasher less frequently and have it full with more dishes. So I conceded, and Gigi sent me some of her dishes that she didn't want anymore that I love. They kind of look all antique-y and beautiful and Victorian. Like instead of just having like 4 or 5 dishes, we now have, I don't know, 8 or 10 or something like that. Still not a whole lot. Run the dishwasher probably every day, every 2 days, but it's full. And so that keeps it simple. When I cook, I clean as I go. I throw things away as soon as they are garbage. There's no garbage, wrappers, anything sitting on the countertop. Everything is thrown away as soon as it becomes garbage. If I cut open a box of something or a package of something, as soon as it's empty, it gets thrown in the garbage. I'm constantly wiping, constantly cleaning. If there's something, let's say I've got something frying in a pan on the stove top, I keep the stove around it very clean as I'm cooking. And I use a cutting board. As soon as I'm done using the cutting board, it gets rinsed off and clean, and the countertops get wiped down, and everything's clean by the time we're ready to eat. It's just already clean, and things get put in the dishwasher right away. One of the problems that I do have, it's not really a big problem or anything like that, is that the kids, once the dishwasher's clean, they won't just empty it. They'll start stacking their dishes in the sink. And then when the dishwasher's emptied, they won't take and put their stuff in there. So we're working on that, but it's no big deal because all I have to do is say, hey, put it in the dishwasher, or hey, empty the dishwasher. So that keeps the kitchen very clean. I don't like to store things on the countertop. The electric can opener, if you need to open a can, pull it out of the cupboard right here, open the can, wipe it down, put it away. We have a little George Foreman grill. It doesn't get used very frequently, so why is it taking up counter space? It gets put right next to the can opener on the shelf in the pantry. And the one thing I do have sitting out on the counter is the toaster oven, because we use it all the time. The toaster oven, the top of the toaster oven can also be used for putting a a lid from a pot up on the toaster oven if we need to take it off and put it somewhere. So everything has dual purpose, but everything's kept very clean. So having fewer things really, really helps this. Not having throw rugs on the floor really, really helps. So in the morning and at night, I go around with a Swiffer pusher broom type of thing, and I just go around. It takes me probably 2 minutes to go over all the hard floors and get most of the dog hair up. And then I'll go through with my smaller Dyson along the edges and get around and under things that that the Swiffer duster doesn't pull out. My light. For some reason, this little light that I bought for streaming, it just shuts off after a couple of minutes, and then it's not broken. It just, oh, my eyes are really dry. I don't know why it does that. POS. That's another thing that's probably gonna. I hate to buy things and throw them away, but I'm not going to keep something that doesn't function properly. So anyway, keeping the floors clean. I bought a mop. The mop that has its own bucket. It's a round mop, and then you step on the pedal and it spins and spins and spins. Love it. So after I go around and Swiffer dust the floors, and of course I Swiffer dust everything else, but what I love are the cleaners at Sam's Club. I really prefer natural cleaners, but you know what? This stuff just really does a great job, and like we're talking 5-star hotel clean. So they're the big aerosol cans, and they've got the glass cleaner and then the all-purpose cleaner. Well, here's a little secret. The all-purpose cleaner and the glass cleaner are pretty much the same exact thing. You don't need to buy both. Get the all-purpose cleaner and it cleans your glass as well. So I just spray everything down with that and give it a really good wipe with a microfiber. And in my mop bucket, I'll put really super hot water in there and just spray that cleaner down in the mop bucket. I go over the floors a couple of times, boom, done. And because I don't have area rugs, floor rugs down, there's nothing to move, there's nothing to vacuum. The bedrooms have carpeting in them, so they get vacuumed, but in the main house, it's just really easy. Now here in my bathroom, I do have a little rug. I'll show you. See, white, everything's white. I do have a little rug there for when you get out of the shower. I could just get a thicker towel bath mat like you see, but this is just from Five Below. It's very, very simple. I can just throw it in the laundry and it gets nice and clean. So I like that. So that little rug and this piece of artwork behind me that I've had for a very long time. Let me go this way. And I just really like it. It's clean. It's simple. I like taking my artwork with me. Artwork is lightweight and it's flat, so it doesn't take up a lot of space when I move about the country, because I've moved quite a bit. And it's easy for me to have like a pop-up home because my artwork is on the walls and I feel like I'm home no matter where I am. So, I'm just right now in a luxury apartment and I don't plan to live here forever. The rent is outrageous and I could be paying a mortgage for a really, really beautiful home with the same rent that I'm paying. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so I use a lot of the Swiffer products. It just keeps things very easy. I love the Dysons. It's just really, really quality vacuum cleaners, I think. I have the big one and I have the little one to go and get around and under things. But, we just don't have a lot of clothes either. We have what we need. We don't just keep accumulating more and more things. Being minimal is really having a couple of things that serve a variety of purposes. To have a wardrobe where you can layer it up or layer it down and swap a couple of things out to go from casual to a little bit more elegant to working out to hanging out to whatever. So a lot of the things I have serve multiple purposes. And once I'm done with something, I get rid of it. I don't just keep it around for no reason. The only things I do keep and store are water and food that, like I said, I'm an unprepared prepper, so I try to store water and things like rice and other things like that can be used and if something should happen. But I do keep and save things like just materials. And this is going to sound crazy, but I have a box. This is my unprepared prepper side of me. I have a box where I throw the empty paper towel and toilet paper rollers, where I keep most of the single-use plastic containers that I get. I actually use in the kitchen instead of buying them. They're really nice. Like my son likes to go to El Pollo Loco and they give you these huge plastic boxes that are better than the ones you pay for in the store in a set. And they're meant for hot food because they give you your hot food in them, and they hold up just great in the not microwave, the dishwasher. So like today I made a huge thing of rice, and as soon as the rice was done, I dumped it in one of those so that I could cook the beans in the same saucepan, because I have one little saucepan, one big like pot for cooking a large batch of chili or something, and then a couple of frying pans, a stainless steel and a cast iron. That's it. I have one stainless steel spatula, a couple of spoons to stir things and scoop things. I just keep it really, really minimal. And this is why I'm able to keep my house very, very clean. I just don't have a lot of stuff. And that's the main thing, start getting rid of things. Don't collect things, I used to have these salad servers that my mom gave me that had like these wire and gemstone handles. I guess they were pretty cool, but you know how often I make a salad where I'm serving people? Like never. So I don't even know where they went, but they're gone. I don't still have them. Maybe I left them at her house. I have no idea. But why do I need those? I don't need those, We have silverware, we have plates. I don't even really have a set of glasses. We have the Ninja. I have a Ninja, and so pretty much my kids use those. Like Corey always has one of those Ninja glasses. They're really big, like 36 ounces or 24 ounces or something like that, with ice water in it. And that's what he uses. And then that's also what I use, because I drink these big, like, I'll make it, it's my dog's, obviously. So I'll make a big tea or my protein shake or my fizzies. I'll use the same one pretty much all day, rinse it out, clean it out, or reuse it. I don't want to have a huge bunch of things that I'm using all day long, a brand new one every single time. That's ridiculous. It's just more work. And the reason is, first of all, I want that visual clarity, because then I have mental clarity. But the other thing is, I don't want to spend my time taking care of things. I want to spend my time taking care of people, my children and myself and my animals. And that's what I want to spend my time doing. And I have to spend my time working on my business or businesses, because I'm the breadwinner in my household. I'm a single mom, as you probably know if you've ever watched any of my videos. So that having much fewer things, keeping my counter spaces free of clutter. Even in my bathroom, I go around regularly and tuck everything away, my little makeup bag, if the hairdryer or curling iron is out, little tubes of things that don't need to be out get put in the medicine chest. And the only things that'll be out are the toothbrushes and toothpaste that I have in a glass. And everything's in there. It's not just laid out all over the counter. I can't stand that. And that makes it easy to come in here and spray everything with a cleaner, including the mirror, and wipe it all down so everything's clean all the time. And then, also I have a cat. So I put the cat box right next to the toilet. That way, every day or two, I can just scoop out her doo-doo and poop it and put it in the toilet and flush it and get rid of it. I don't just wait for it to accumulate and then dump it and put fresh litter in there. I keep it nice and clean. I keep the poo-poo clean out. And what else do I do? One of the things I do to save time is, so I don't sort my silverware. I refuse to sort silverware. So I have a carafe. That's one of the things that I have on my countertop. A carafe, a big carafe that has all of the silverware in it. And you can see what it is because it's all poking up, so you can see if it's a spoon or a fork or a knife, and you just grab what you need, good to go. And then my bed sheets. I refuse to fold bed sheets because they're under the blanket, so you can't see them. It's just this waste of time. So I take the bed sheets out. There's no folding. I just shove it in the cupboards above the washer and dryer, and that saves me time. And I mean, that's pretty much it. When you don't have a lot of stuff, you can keep stuff really, really clean. And that's how they do it in the hotels. They don't have to move a ton of stuff. You'll notice in the hotels they have like one club chair and one ottoman. And pretty much that's it. The desks usually, if they're not just connected to the countertop and the TVs are mounted on the walls, then they have thin metal legs or whatever it is, but it's very easy to get in and out and underneath and vacuum or sweep or dust or whatever is in there. And that's what I learned, is just to have fewer things, to have a more clear environment, visually clear environment without a lot of footprints from things. The only thing I might put decorative like on my countertop would be fresh flowers. I'm not going to have I have like a few antique things that I really love that are special to me. Other than that, everything is clear and bare. And probably you've seen this in my videos, and if not, I'll show you in a future video. But I'm just hanging out in the bathroom right now, and it's getting really warm in here. I'm starting to sweat. I wonder why it gets so warm in here. But that's about it. So if you are interested in having a 5-star hotel clean home, start getting rid of your junk. Box it up. Whatever you haven't used in the past year or so, get rid of it. If it's special to you, then keep it. But you can't have you can, but think about how they do it in the hotels. You're going to have a few favorite pieces of artwork. You're going to have a lot of white things that you can just bleach. I can just pretty much bleach all the towels and the sheets and the shower curtain, and not that I've had to. But that's how I do it. And literally, my wardrobe, I have probably 10 things per season that I wear. I used to have a big wardrobe, but I realized I'm wearing the same things over and over and over to become my favorites. And I identified what those things were. And they're just pretty classic styles. And so I just pretty much stick to the classic styles. I don't even bother to buy stuff anymore that's like, ooh, that's beautiful, because I know whether or not I'm really going to wear it. So, like I'm just wearing a black tank right now, but it's a pretty tank. It's got an A-line. And then I can tuck it into the front of my pants or just leave it as an A-line. And it's casual, or it can go under something with sleeves, short or long, if I want to go out somewhere and not have my shoulders exposed. But I really don't go out anywhere. So, not only am I minimalist in my things, but I'm minimalist as far as socializing. I don't collect people. I don't collect friends. I keep my energy very focused on here at home and my business. So the people that I talk to usually are the people that I do business with. And then, when I'm working and dealing with a client, and I'm lucky, I guess, because I'm one of those people I don't get lonely. I enjoy my own company, and I enjoy my children and my animals, and I stay very busy. I like to learn new things and do life enriching things with my children. I'm just not one of those people that needs a social circle or anything like that. Now, people do, I get it, and that has nothing to do with this video, but that's just me and sort of my perspective and why I like to keep things minimal and classic. And that's really what it comes down to. I hope this video is helpful for you if you're looking to have a cleaner, tidier house with mental clarity and visual clarity in your space. It's going minimal and classic, and having things that serve multiple purposes. And have you done this? Do you know what I mean? Or do you have any tips and pointers that maybe I haven't brought up or thought of? Put them in the comments below. And if you know someone who's struggling with this, just share this video, like and share, and hopefully I will have brought up some things that can help them as well. And like I said, we're all in this together and learning from one another. So I really do appreciate whatever comments you have that add to help me elevate. And if I've said anything that helped you elevate, put it in the comments as well so other people can share. And thank you for sticking around this long. I'm definitely growing this channel bit by bit and just inviting you into my life, into my space, into my bathroom. This is real life. One of my other videos is all about don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait for life to hand everything to you on a silver platter, perfect synchronicity, divine timing. It's part of creating that energy for yourself right around your bubble. That's taking your density to your destiny by just going ahead and doing it, making it happen wherever you are, just pulling the trigger and make it happen. Take little baby steps every single day. If you want to take a baby step towards having a 5-star hotel clean home, start by maybe getting rid of area rugs, or start by maybe just look around and pick out 5 things that really don't need to be taking up space, or get a basket where you can go around the end of the day and throw everybody's stuff in there that needs to be put back in its space from the main living area. That is super helpful. And I used to have a basket where I put my kids' stuff, and it's like, take your things out of here, because at the end of the week, whatever's still in here, I'm getting rid of, because we just had so much stuff. And that's just how I was raised, is to collect things. And it was really the opposite of what was functional for me. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope I've said